Hello learners, this is A.S. Kulkarni. Welcome you on my presentation Hospital Manufacturing. Under this, we will see sterile production facilities. Learning outcome of today's presentation is, after completion of this presentation, you will be able to understand the facilities required for sterile manufacturing. So in today's presentation, we'll see the sterile production facilities here. So before going to actual presentation, here is a reflection spot for you. What are the facilities required for sterile manufacturing? You just pause the video, try to write the answer for it, and then play the video. Yes, you are right. Let's move forward. So here we will see the sterile production facilities. So the product being produced runs through different areas in a sequence before it is finished and packed. So when any unit going to the production of a sterile facility product, so here that product moves or runs through the different areas or the different department, starts from the raw material section and ends to the storage of a finished product. So such areas should be well connected to each other and should be free from physical and biological contamination. So physical contamination related to the foreign particles or particulate matter, whereas the biological contamination related to the viable organisms, that is microorganisms. So these departments or the departments which is available in the sterile production of a parenteral or the production of sterile, so it should be well connected to the each other, because if they are not connected to each other and the gap is a bit present between these two departments, so there is a chances of the contamination. So to avoid such a problems, here these departments or such areas should be well connected to each other. So let's see the various areas here. So in this, first raw material area is here. So in this section, the ingredients with API is stored, as well as the containers which is required to pack the finished product, which is also stored in this department. So next area is here, that is preparation area. So here actually from the raw material section, the ingredients is supplied to the preparation area. So this preparation area is also called as the compounding area. So here actually formula which is compounded. So from the raw material area, the ingredients which is sent to the preparation area for the formulation. So that quantity is on the basis of the batch or the batch record or BMR, that is batch manufacturing record. So at the same time, here from the raw material section, the containers which are used to pack the final or finished products, that sent to the cleanup area to clean the containers. So here the cleaning of container is carried out with the help of distilled water as well as the chemicals. So if there is a necessary to sterilize the container, then it is sent to the sterilization area. So here mainly the sterilization of container is carried out with the help of dry heat sterilization, and after that the container which is sent to the preparation area or in aseptic area. So that depends on that particular unit where it will be packed. So at the same time here, when the product is formulated, for example, in case of large volume parenterals, so that large volume parenterals which is sent to the aseptic area for filling purpose. So this aseptic area, in this area the filling and sealing of a product is takes place. So in case of large volume parenterals, that formulation which is sent to the aseptic area for filling and sealing. After that filling and sealing of the formulation or the product in the container, then it is sent to the sterilization area for the purpose of sterilization. So here terminal sterilization is done on the large volume parenterals. So terminal sterilization means the sterilization is done after filling finished product into the container. But in case of small volume parenterals, when that particular formulation is done, then it is sent to the sterilization area. So here in process sterilization is done, and then it is sent to the aseptic area for the filling and sealing purpose. So in case of large volume parenterals, after the sterilization, the product which is sent to the quarantine area, and in case of small volume parenterals, once it is packed, then it is sent to the quarantine area. So this quarantine area is used, or that particular area which is there for isolation of the product up to, or the separation of the product up to the its quality control test or the contamination test. So that product which is tested here in this quarantine area, that's why these products which are separated from others. So after that, when it complies all the tests, then it is sent to the packaging area for packing the product. So here actually the packaging of the product is takes place, either primary, secondary and tertiary. So all this packaging which is done in this section. After the packaging and labeling, that product which is stored in a storage area. So after the storing, the quality control test which is also done with that product, either that is the sterility testing, as well as pyrogen testing, as well as the physical test is also done on that packed material for leakage test and clarity test. So these 8 departments which are useful in case of sterile production. So raw material, preparation area, cleanup area, aseptic area, sterilization area, quarantine area and packaging area, and last one the final product storage area. So this is about the facilities required for sterile production. So each and every department is important. So these all the department should be well connected to each other to avoid the contamination or the chances of contamination with the product. So I think you have got this particular layout of the sterile production facilities. So let's see one by one here. So first here we will see the raw material section. So all types of raw materials are stored as per the requirement of batch after approved by the quality control department. So all the ingredients which should be approved So only approved material which is sent to the production department for the manufacturing of the final product. So also in this section or in this area, containers also be stored, so which are required for the filling and sealing of a final or finished product. So you can see in this picture, so this is an raw material storage section. So all these raw materials which is approved, so only approved material which is sent to the manufacturing or preparation area. So the quantity is depends on the BMR, that is batch manufacturing, or how much quantity to be manufactured. So this is about the raw material area. Let's move for second area, so that is cleanup area. So here cleaning and steaming of packing a material and the utensils. So here actually cleaning is done of the containers. So here the wall and ceiling are constructed in such a way that they withstand the effect of steam and chemicals. So like that facility is there, or that area which is constructed with these properties. When any chemicals which is used, so it will not react with the wall and produce the contaminants, as well as the walls which are coated with the epoxy paint to meet the such a demand. So here epoxy paint which is used in this area, because for the cleaning chemicals and steaming method is used. So you can see in this picture here actually cleaning of container is done, but once they have cleaned, so it is unnecessary to remove the chemicals which is present on the surface. So that is also very important. So this is about the cleanup area. So we'll see here the third area, that is preparation area. So you can see in this picture here actually preparation or the compounding of formula which is done. So this preparation area is also called as compounding area. So here actually formula which is compounded, prepared, and this area is not necessarily aseptic. So here actually raw material which is received by the store and is used according to the type of a product with batch quantity. So here actually the preparation and compounding of the products is carried out. So let's move next, that is aseptic area. So aseptic area is the heart of whole operation, where fabrication, filling and sealing of a product is done. So this particular aseptic area which is divided into two subsections, that is entry section and fabrication section. So here you can see in this picture here actually entry section area is here. So here at the time of entry of the personnel, here 3 airlock system which is provided. So that 3 airlock system is on the different objectives. So also here the fabrication section is there, the actually product is fabricated. So we'll see next the entry section. So here the airlock system is provided before entering in the aseptic area. So also that particular airlock system is in position of a zigzag. So first door of that particular airlock system, or the first airlock system at the left side, second one at the right side, and third one at the left side. So that is a zigzag system is used there. So here mainly 3 airlock system which is provided before entering in the aseptic area. So that airlock system is on the different objectives. So first airlock system is there, so it gives the facility to wash the hands, feet, and to keep apron and caps. Whereas the second airlock system, in this particular airlock, so here gowning room is there, so cloths which are replaced with the sterile garments. So before entering in the aseptic area, that personnel should wear the sterile garment. So that happens in, or that is carried out in this airlock 2 system. So third is there, that is airlock third. So here actually walking room is there, whereas the antiseptic solution is sprayed to mop the surgical gloves. So these are the objectives of different airlock systems. So the personnel is important in the aseptic area. So only restricted number of personnel are allowed in aseptic area who generally faced medical checkup and passed. So at the entry section, so here all these facilities are available. So here medical checkup is done with that particular personnel, and when that person passed with that medical checkup, then they are allowed to enter in the aseptic area. So only restricted number, few numbers which are allowed to enter in the aseptic area. So next section we will see here the fabrication section. So where the mixing of ingredients in mixing tanks, filtration of bulk, filling of a bulk into container, and finally sealing or closures and cap are carried out under strictly aseptic condition. So this aseptic condition which is maintained here, so here that method is used to prevent the access of microorganisms, that is called as the aseptic condition. And the aseptic area is an area which is free from foreign particles as well as free from the microorganisms. So in the aseptic area there is two sections, that is entry section and fabrication section. Let's move to next area, sterilization area. So name itself indicate that this particular area, or in this particular area, sterilization is carried out. So here the sterilization of product is done by using suitable sterilization technique. If the product is thermolabile, so definitely mechanical sterilization technique is used, and is product is not and thermolabile, so definitely heat method is used there. So in case of large volume parenterals, terminal sterilization is used. Terminal sterilization means the sterilization which is carried out after filling final product into the container, and that container which is placed in that particular system of sterilization. So in this section, containers is also sterilized with a proper sterilization method. So empty containers which is sterilized by using dry heat sterilization. So the different sterilization equipments which are available here, such as hot air oven, autoclave, as well as the mechanical sterilize. So in this area actually sterilization on a product as well as on the containers are carried out. So let's move to next area, quarantine area. So in this area the isolation of a product is done. So here is a segregation of that particular product, that is finished product, or separation of that particular product which is done. So that particular product which is segregated for checking of a contamination of to that product. So in this quarantine area, here actually checking of contamination is done with that product. So let's move to next area, packaging area. So you can see in this picture here actually product which is packed. So in this area, packaging of a finished product is done by using suitable packaging materials. So packaging materials is depends on type of final product and the volume of a final product to be packed. So just remember here the packaging area is there. So in this area here actually packaging of a product is carried out. Next one. So here we'll see the storage area. So you can see in this picture, so here actually finished product which is stored with the labels. So in this area, after packaging of a final product in a suitable container is stored in a storage area. So different tests are carried out on final packed container like a clarity test, leakage test, and also on a product like pyrogen and sterility testing. So here actually finished product which is stored. So after storing, this is a different tests which are done by the quality control department. So this is about the facilities required for sterile manufacturing. So 8 departments are required here with the different objectives. So first department is there, raw materials storage area. Second department, cleanup area. Third, preparation area. Fourth area is there, that is aseptic area. So actually filling and sealing is done. After that there is a next area, that is sterilization area. Next area required there, that is quarantine area. After quarantine area, packaging area is necessary there. So after packaging of the product, that product which is stored in a storage area. So these areas are required for sterile manufacturing. If you have any question, you can drop your question on my WhatsApp number or on email ID. At the last, thank you for patient listening. Thank you very much.